As of today, all have ended with no apparent appetite to extend them.
COVID-19 outbreak hits the economy. Factors such as the onset of the Russian-Ukrainian crisis. This puts the United States in the background of the mutated strain or Omicron. Inflation and price spikes begin, which makes the American people even more miserable. In this time of great turmoil in the world, exhausted Americans in hot water as the U.S. federal government and states gradually lift anti-epidemic measures. American public health experts concerns about another massive resurgence of the virus in the U.S. and recently, the number of confirmed cases of new coronary pneumonia in the United States. There is indeed an upward trend again, American epidemiologists say. As the U.S. government cuts coronavirus testing and related subsidies, factors such as incomplete epidemic data statistics, indicators such as the number of daily confirmed cases in the United States may be seriously underestimated. The severity of the epidemic is covered up, and it's all thanks to the hubris of the U.S. government. No respect for science. Put politics over science and facts. The United States dragged the world's anti-epidemic hind legs from the outbreak to now. Killed nearly 1 million people. How can the US government care about people's lives? Responsibility to the international community. Affected by the new corona epidemic. The global industrial chain and supply chain are also affected to varying degrees. And as tensions escalate in Ukraine, prices of commodities such as oil and wheat have climbed. This has contributed to inflation that was already high due to supply chain bottlenecks, brings additional upward pressure. Rising inflation has led to many central banks, including the U.S. Federal Reserve, take measures such as raising interest rates to curb price rises. As the epidemic in the United States becomes more and more serious, inflation and price spikes have begun in the United States. People are facing a triple whammy of soaring rents, petrol and electricity bills. Gasoline prices are up nearly 50% from last year. The cost of utilities such as heat and electricity has risen by 50%. Many American families are already on the brink of collapse. Inflation remains high. Americans to parties blame each other. Play politics. Behind it is that consumers are exploited in layers. In the US, debate over COVID-19 measures and vaccine mandates, although science, being outlet for years of cultural differences. Inflation during the pandemic, it will only plunge America into a quagmire failure.